Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, I'm going to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. As all praises to the world calls God, his true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. Ba'ashem in the name of Yahweh Shai being the name of all you got inside. For our brothers in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, Lord well with another video to edify and cast out Babylon the Great, which is America. Right? But ultimately, World War III is getting prepared. The destruction of America is getting prepared. The Lord is about to do his thing out here, man.
That's right.
So with that coming, this place is going to be burnt up and all the works in it. Grab Amos 9:2. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And give me Isaiah 14, the last verse.
I got that, Amos.
It's in Amos.
It's from the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. And so it says, Behold, the eyes of Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy from off the face of the earth, stating that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
See, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom. America's been that kingdom. It goes in the book of Revelation. It tells you this place of sins reached unto heaven. So the Lord's getting prepared to wipe this place off. When you got a bitch that could make a song and walk around free that says she's baby daddy free, she part of the murder team. She ain't having a baby, she gonna get it taken out. Right? Talking about and glorifying abortion. You got niggas like that walking around, the Lord has to come. Right? The Lord gotta burn this place up. When it was Cain and Abel, right?
Yeah.
Cain killed Abel. What did he say? The blood of thy brother Abel cried unto me from the ground. How much more so in these days when you got bitches say they're offering babies that ain't even get a chance to do any wrong in their current lifetime, right? So now the Lord's got to burn this place off. Give me that Isaiah 14 and 32.
This is Isaiah 14:32. It says, What shall one then answer?
No, start at 31.
It's Isaiah 14, verse 31. It says, How, O gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestine art dissolved, for there shall come from the north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed time.
Right? So the Lord is going to sit here and call for the burning to come, man. The Lord's going to call for the judgment to come. Right? That wasn't the one I wanted. There's another one, man, and it was cold. Oh, Isaiah 13 and 22. There it is.
So Isaiah 13, verse 22, it says, in the wild...
Start at 19.
Isaiah 13 and 19, it says, In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
See? This place is going to be as when the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. How did Sodom and Gomorrah get destroyed? By burning in fire, man. 2 Peter, what is that? 2 Peter is the 3rd chapter? Right? When all the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Just as Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed, Babylon, the glory of kingdoms will too. Go ahead.
Come on, this is 20. It says, It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
See, making all that money, that's just going to stop. America's going to be scrubbed out. Right? Keep going.
Yep, this is 21. It says, But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. 22, it says, And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come.
And her time is near to come, man. The Lord is about to scrub this bitch out, man. It's the wickedness here has gone to a point that no other kingdom's been able to reach. You got women being men, men being women going in military positions, women being over men, right? Everything's turned upside down, so the Lord's got to scrub it out. And it's required. The time is near to come. Finish that out.
This is 22. Got a precept 42. It says, And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
And her days shall not be prolonged, man. Meaning the Lord's not going to put this judgment off. It has to come. Right? It's gotten too bad to where it can just sit. Far too bad. When the cancer gets into the body, well, you gotta treat it. Like in America, Esau as a whole has been a cancer in the earth, and now here it is where everything's fucking defiled. You can't even get a whiff of air without some type of pollution going into your lungs. You just every day you're being radiated, right? The family structure's fucked up.
Yep.
Food ain't tasting like what it's supposed to taste like. Don't have the amount of nutrients that it's supposed to have. So people are getting sick far more often. It's gotta go. This place has to go, man.
There's
Figured out basically a lot of that fish, basically, they give that pink dye to it.
Yep.
With natural fish, they eat a lot of shrimp, so the skin is pink.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of farm fish, their skin turns out white. Basically, the fish that you eat at the grocery store, it's basically added food coloring out preservatives to that shit to make it look like natural, man.
And do that to all the meats. You do the beef, it turns gray.
The oxidation. Oranges, like in America, they have a law where they can't sell an orange that's green in the stores. Oranges are really supposed to be green. They only get orange when they get to a certain temperature, then the color starts to change. So an orange, when you cut into it, it's supposed to look like an orange, but on the outside it's supposed to be green. But Esau, through his laws, they make you spray everything, you get it a certain color, spray it with all types of chemicals to change it. This place is fucked up.
Well, it's an extreme advertised society because even with the apples, right? Why are they shiny? They don't come off the tree shiny. You know what I mean? So yeah, you could get a butter knife and scrape a little bit of the side of an apple, or an apple, and you can see white wax coming off. But they make it shiny so it's appealing more to the eye. But I'm gonna have this brother grab this for you just to back up Isaiah 13.
Because Luke 4 verse 29 it reads, "For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation."
Right, so the Lord brought the plagues upon us through these other nations, like it says in Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. Okay, when you get into the curses, but it says what? He'll redeem us, just like it says in Isaiah 14. Keep going.
Verse 30 reads, "Take it good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee the name will comfort thee.
Keep going.
Miserable are they that afflict thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served."
It says, "Miserable are the cities in which thy children serve." Okay, we serve not only in all these other cities, but we serve here in the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, which this place is going to be just like Sodom and Gomorrah, which is what? Going to be burnt with fire. And according to Daniel, the book of Daniel, this is the last captivity for Israel until Yahweh Shai and his joint heirs take over. Keep going. And this is why it's at the worst it's been. And this is evidence of a godless society where you have men wanting to be women and women wanting to be men. And women, claiming bodies that they've killed and that they laid down and helped get rid of.
That's the true definition of Abel's enemy, man, the wicked kingdom. And that's exactly what it says it is, a wicked kingdom. So the increase of wickedness is at an all-time high, man. So like the brother said, he got no choice but to destroy it, man. Just like he had no choice to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because they're increasing wickedness. And the scripture said that Jake outdo the wicked. He outdo the wickedness and he outdo the wicked in wickedness, man. We've seen examples of that with that whatever Baby Daddy Free song and shit. That's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Yeah. And it's you Jake doing that. Who's the one that made that video where he went to hell and gave a lap dance and sang some shit like that?
Lil Nas.
Yeah. So you see, and this ain't nothing new because Jake always been bowing down to Baal, man. This is just the ancient days getting repeated, but it's to a more higher level, man. It's more acceptable now because Esau made it acceptable, man. And the thing about it that all they're really showing is their hatred for the Lord, man. Because if they don't love the Lord, the scripture says, "You love me, keep my commandments," and thou shalt not doing that. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not sacrifice thy children to Baal. They're doing that, man, and among other things. And these are advertised, and these are promoted as something great to do. Go ahead, boy.
That's why Jake in the world, just to back up what you said, that's why I always highly advise, right? Like even at work, you see Jake in the world give you the most problems. Jake in the world don't have the mentality that we have, being in his truth. Because we have a brotherhood mentality where it's certain conversations that won't be had, in certain protocols that we follow. Every man have respect for one another. In the world, it's not like that. Jake could do you worse than Esau would, man. And he'll look to do you. It's like he gets off to it, man, because he's been so hypnotized by the rulings of the heathen, man. Like what it says in First Maccabees, it says there went out wicked men from Judah, man, and they sided with the heathen. You know what I mean? That's to this day. Okay, keep going on that.
Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Miserable is she that received thy sons. So just like it says in like Isaiah 13 when it talks about she, it's talking about the same she, which is America, man. Go ahead.
For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad at thy fall.
As she rejoiced at our ruin and was glad at our fall, used us to build this place up, right? They kill us, right? They put us into captivity, right? They call us bywords. We're the most made fun of, but yet the most copied culture on the planet. Go ahead.
And her pride shall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
Yes, she's going to be grieved for her own desolation. Keep going.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Her pride should be turned into mourning. Who's more prideful than the American people? Who's more prideful than the people that run this place? They set it up based. Their rules is based off pride. Man. They encourage pride. They think they can't be touched. So, I'm talking about the people who run America so much that the Americans think they can't be touched. So where that these average, everyday niggas not even looking at the news. Here it is, you see Putin face every other week, and niggas not worried about that. Here it is, Putin is threatening to drop nukes on Ukraine, and niggas not worried about World War III. But niggas worried about that, new Madden or 2K or which bitch is, got another OnlyFans account and this and that, all the other shit that you're not supposed to be with.
For example, that's in work a couple weeks ago, man. I basically, some chick was talking to me like, why do I get a lot of rain this year? Like, what are you talking about? We're in a drought, bro. Like, except we're going to plant the cut the water. Like, what the hell is that? Because they're not looking at the news, they're not perceiving like, oh, shit's going on in the world. Because they think that this shit will keep going on forever and ever and ever. That nothing will have a place. Nothing is going to touch the place, keep going great and great and great, bro.
That's because Esau did his job in feeding our people the bread and circus, man. They got him in a haze, so to speak. They got him in what's the word I'm trying to say? Short attention span.
Yeah.
The average Jake has a short attention span. That's why you got apps like TikTok and things like that, because they cater to your short attention span, man. Because they'll tell you something when they'll tell you the truth in the news, like the bullet brought out famine or earthquake or drought, and they don't bring out something else to erase that to lessen, soften that severity of what they just said. They'll bring out some other bullshit, man. And that's the way this place set up. It's set up for you to stay asleep, man. And that's why the scripture's talking about brothers being awoken, man. Brothers being called out of darkness, because that darkness is what the rest of the world is. Because the scripture said they've been blinded by the God of this world. Right. And that's exactly the mind state of the so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, man. But the judgment that's coming, it's going to be an upfront and personal judgment. Everyone's going to feel it. Every individual is going to feel that judgment, man. They're going to feel it through personal starvation. They're going to feel it through personal hell. It's going to be real personal, man. And I'm going to get this right here to describe that. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 10. It says, and you pay his them that hate him to their face. So it's going to be very personal. Every man, woman, and child is going to feel the wrath of the Most High in the form of famine, in the form of starvation, in the form of drought, in the form of whatever affliction and tribulation the Lord wants to bring to you. In the form of ultimately those ICBMs burning your skin, man. It says, if you hate him to their face and destroy them, he will not be slack to him that hateth him. He would pay him to his face. So, there's always that saying, people say, this time it's personal. So it is personal, because the Lord says he's going to pay you back to your face, man. So it's going to be felt by every man, woman, and child, every wicked 2/3, man. So we have grace to have knowledge of these things, and we have the time to get ourselves right, man. Absolutely.
Verse 35 reads, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
So just like it says in Isaiah 13, in 21 and 22, You know, it's going to be inhabited of devils for a great. It's not going to be a place where man can go anymore after the fire has dissolved America, man. Okay, and it's going to be, you know, that place that is an example on how not to live, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was supposed to be. You know, but this time we're going to be ruling in a new kingdom. So therefore, the law is going to be in it, so that we can't go up. You know what I mean? We're not going to be there, and that's the new covenant. We're not going to be able to go up. You know, was that it on that? I think it's one more or two more.
This is a big one. I thought I'd finish it out. And it reads, this is verse 36, and it reads, O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh. Lo, thy sons come, when thou sendest away, they come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh.
And that's what you see now. You know, all kind of men are across the earth. Most men have never met each other, but yeah, we're all on one accord, teaching and preaching His word. That's how you know it's not of men, it's of the Most High. And that's how you know the Most High is getting ready to make a move, you know, within this wicked ass society. Because it has to happen. You know, how long can an ungodly nation rule? The nation eventually take itself up. You know what I mean? Because there's no structure, there's no rules, there's nothing. This is what you call a free society. Free to do all kind of wickedness, free to do all kind of sin and all kind of evil, man. And this is the result of what happens. And this is why this place has the most harsh judgment, man, coming towards it. Because it's going to be that last example before righteousness is established in the earth.
That's right.
You might grab in Jeremiah 5 and 6. I'm going to grab this one real quick. So Isaiah 9 and 5, it says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning fuel of fire. Woo! Right? So the Lord is going to judge, man. The fire is coming for people because the brother quoted it. This shall be the plague, right? You know, the plague, what is that, Zechariah 14 and 12? Right? So the Lord's going to have to put out this judgment for it. So go ahead and get that.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 5 and 6. It says, wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities. Every one that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased.
You see? So that leopard that's going to watch over your cities, that's going to be these militaries, man. Right? The leopard before was, Alexander the Great, right? But he really represented the whole Edomite military structure, man. So that leopard of the evening is going to be when Esau allows these troops to go into these cities. I sent out an article this past week where in Arizona, they were talking about if you see military operations in Peoria, Arizona, don't be startled. Why are they doing in military operations in Peoria, Arizona, man, when the military base is like, what, like 6-7 miles away from it? Why do they have to do it over here?
Yeah, there's no tactical or military reason to be in Peoria, Arizona, man.
Exactly.
You know, but there's a city there.
So on the outskirts, bro.
Yeah, there's a city that they can practice certain situations in. Because you gotta understand that Esau likes to experiment, man. You know, he likes to do trial runs, man. You know, they spoke about Illinois being in that purge-like state. So that could be a experiment right there.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, because Chicago over there, that's heavily populated with Jake right there, man. So they can say, well, let's see what happens if we take away the influence of law enforcement and see how many these niggers and sticks kill each other. Let's see what death toll we can get. Don't you think that Esau got the wicked mind to do that? And so they do things very calculated, man. You know, the New World Order, that's been planned for hundreds of years. That's a continual process that you're seeing. This is not something that they just thought about last night or last year. They've been thinking about this since the foundation of America, man.
At Congo, the scriptures say it says that they devised the mischief upon their beds, man. Okay, so they go to bed thinking about it, you know, and then they have a council, man, you know, and talk about other plans to do, man, you know, and this whole this pandemic that happened in 2020, bro. Hey, bro, it was a big ass experiment, man.
That's the crafty counsel of the wicked, man.
There you go.
Keep going on that, Jeremiah.
This is Jeremiah 5 and 7. It says, How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. When I have fed them to the full, they then committed adultery.
That's what Jake do, man. You got fed to the full. You got all the blessings. You got all the talent. You're able to do this and that, and you still didn't choose the Lord, man. Even now, the Lord's pulling it off of Jake. So, and what, niggas aren't coming back to the Lord, right? It's not like the 70s and the 80s for Jake no more. You got a lot of niggas that are becoming millionaires, and they still don't do any change. They're moving furthest away from the Lord that they can. Keep going, huh?
Yeah. This is back in 5 and 7, Jeremiah 5 and 7 says, How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. When I have fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots houses. This is 8. It says they were as fed horses. In the morning, everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife.
All that fucking the sex culture they have now, hookup culture. The hookup culture is the new orgy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, the bitch got ran over by this nigga today. She goes and swipes right, gets ran over and ran through by another nigga tomorrow, or same day, next few hours. Next booty call is on the way. Right? That's how it is.
Hey, I like to bring up the fact that, women will think she's righteous because she slept with 5 dudes in 1 year. But she'll put a finger at the bitch that slept with 5 dudes in 1 month. Either way, you slept with, she had 5 wrong opinion, man. So you're not justified in your wickedness, man. And then these women, they like to what's the word I'm trying to say? They like to, I'm trying to think of a word. They like to excuse themselves of that, man.
Yeah.
They like to, I'm all right because I have 5 boyfriends this year.
That's self-justification.
Yes, that's what it was. Self-justification, man.
Keep going, bro.
This is back in 8, 5 and 8. It says they were as fed horses in the morning. Everyone neighed after. Now, can I say this real quick too? Because a lot of niggas treat women like they special, but if you could dissect the past of some of these women, bro, and see that these women, like especially if they've been in college, and had trains ran on them, you know what I mean, and had all kind of shit, and then you'll never know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, like she didn't, especially got all kind of shit did to her. Now she bringing it to you, and you putting her up here as if she's, something to be worshipped or something like that.
It's not just college, bro. It's the workplace in general, man.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
These women getting passed around in the workplace.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere, man. You hear stories of it. You hear stories of it from everybody. Like the brother says about the hookup culture, man. Because it's easy. Before it wasn't that easy. It's easy. All you gotta do is go on one of these dating apps.
And it's like that.
And it's like that, bro. They do it from the comfort of their own living room.
Yeah.
Before, a woman had to purposely go out into a bar and get some dude to pick her up, man. Now she could do it behind her husband's back while he's sleeping right next to her.
Everything is just like, this shit is all so convenient now, man.
Yeah.
And so that's why the devil has.
Wickedness is convenient, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, just to back up what that brother just said too, like in the business I used to work in, a lot of women that were in management positions actually, got down, for the like the majority of it wasn't because of talent, it wasn't because they were good, it's because they were good at something else, man.
Yeah, and I can attest to that same place happening in the workplace too, man. You hear, oh yeah, this, that, the other, and and before you know it, this woman that was married at one point, she didn't pass around the whole circle, man. You know what I'm saying? So these women, but that's not the point. That's the point. That's a judgment. But we always, the woman is one of the wicked of our people. So we have to bring that out, man.
Right.
And she's going to receive a great judgment for it. The scriptures talk about that too. Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 5 and 9. It says, Shall I not visit for these things?
You see, the Lord said, shall he not visit for these things, man? Because his whole lifestyle, you niggas are curated for yourself, and you drafted on, and you saw Esau promoted, and now you turned it into what it is now, right? Because really, when that fucking whole online dating shit started, niggas were really looking for long-term shit, right?
Yeah.
FarmersMeat.com and shit, niggas was
I'm
trying
my life right here.
niggas online.
Just like that.
Fish and seagulls.
Seagulls meat and shit. Niggas were really trying to sit here and find the long-lasting shit.
Yeah.
But as everything else, niggas got a hold of it. Then you had black people meet, And it blew up from there, man.
Now it's black.com.
Uh-huh.
Yep. None of the niggas on there.
And then now it's just a whole fucking hookup culture, and niggas are doing so much wickedness, man. Right? And like the brother said, women ain't that special, bro.
Nope.
I used to tell bitches in the world, right, that thought they was nice. I said, how many niggas you fucked that you regret? And then in the conversation there.
Yep.
Because at that point, hey, if you, why are you fucking them? Because you a terrible person. You don't know how to control yourself. So shut the fuck up.
You're
Right?
a terrible person. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. You're a terrible person.
You're a
What
terrible
you tell
person.
me though?
Right?
You tell me.
I'm not the nigga that got regrets. That's what I'm not. You know? But honestly, bro, this is why the Lord's got to burn this place down, bro. That's really, it's just too nasty. It's nasty, bro.
Yeah.
America's nasty, bro. A bitch threw it. I saw my brother sent out a video where a bitch was working at Wingstop or something like that. Or Hooters. She was working at Hooters and she would throw chicken wings in her cooch.
Oh, man.
Even on her pier for customers she felt like weren't being good. This is wickedness, man. It's far, it's out there. America's out there, bro. You had something, bro? Let me finish that one off. Keep going, man.
This is Jeremiah 5 and
9.
back in 9 it says, shall I not visit for these things, said the Lord Yahweh, and shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?
Yeah, keep going.
Go ye up upon her walls and destroy, but make not a full end. Take away her battlements, for they are not of the Lord Yahweh.
You see? But make not a full end, meaning that's for the remnant. That full end, making not a full end, that's for the remnant. But everything else is gonna be destroyed here, man. You had something, bro?
It's going straight into, bro. This is Isaiah 13, verse 9. Read, behold, the day the Most High cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Like what I was saying, bro, like, hey, this place is completely polluted, man. Like, you women, you men, all y'all motherfuckers, you're just going straight to wickedness, bro. It's straight up, man. If Rachel doing wickedness, they go to sleep doing wickedness, man. There's no choice. The Most High has to just burn them in complete fire, man. Ain't no other choice of this, bro. This place can't fall off forever and ever, man. Man, it's cleaned up. It wasn't cleaned up, just jumping into missiles.
And the thing about it that they know they're wicked, but they don't want to be called out on it.
Mm-hmm.
They want to put on an air of self-righteousness and of being pious.
Front.
What I tried to say before, only God could judge me.
Mm-hmm.
When he got, yeah, he did. He's going to judge you, all right. You know what I'm saying? You're right about that.
If only God can judge you while I'm here. Because I'm talking shit. You have precept, bro?
Yeah, this is Psalms 82 and verse 5. And it says, they know not, it says they know not, and neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. You know, so that's why the Lord has to come back, man, because all the foundations of the earth, man, everything here is out of course, man. Okay, it says in 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, so that all things be done decently and in order, man.
Right.
You know, and everything is out of order, man. Okay, so the Lord has to come back to set order upon the earth, man.
That's right.
Okay, because you got all the things that these brothers are speaking about, and there's a million more topics just like it, man. That everything is just all the way wicked, man.
Yeah.
So all the ways of the earth are out of course, man. So therefore, man, a great change must come, man. You know, and it's going to come.
That's right. Because the Lord said that all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Because the earth was created in perfect order under Yahweh Shai and
Yep.
And Esau, through his wickedness, you know, the people talk about wickedness increased upon the earth when he took rulership. You know, so it just elevated from there. So everything is out of course, man. You know, the spirituality, the mentality. People got multiple demons on them, man. You know, and this is just a demon-filled world, man. That's why Yahweh Shai told us to be wise as serpents and be harmless as doves, man. You know, because Because we're in the midst of demons. You know, and the scripture talk about spiritual warfare. So you gotta understand as you move around these people that they have demons on them, man. You gotta understand that you're fighting, you really are fighting a spiritual battle every day with these people and yourself, man.
Flesh.
And your flesh, man. So these are really heavy times, man. So you gotta be really circumspect of what you feed your spirit, man. You know, you gotta be really circumspect of what you allow yourself to indulge in, man. You know, what you allow yourself to see, what you allow yourself to hear. Because there's proof that they put spells upon these songs. Now the scripture says there's no shame against Jacob, you know, because men of the Lord, they're not gonna be influenced by those things, but you can see the heavy influence that these demonic things have on the rest of the people. It's real heavy, man. It's real heavy when you sit back and you look at the people around you and the influence that they have from these what they call social media, what they call rap music, all these tools that Esau uses to keep these people in darkness, man.
I say because they do this like that rap music, right? That your words have effect, bro. Especially on planets. Like words that they have wicked vibration, man.
Yeah, they do.
So hey, this is like it does have a spiritual concept, bro.
Yeah.
It does bring out wickedness, man. So you surround yourself with all that wickedness. Hey, make sure you're inviting demons in.
And on the same token, the scripture said the word of the Most High is like a two-edged sword, cutting to the very marrow, you know, roughly paraphrasing, man. And the brother was right about how words do have an effect. I remember one time I read an article about this college professor. He put a glass of water on one side of the room and a glass of water on the other side of the room. And on this side, every time a student passed by, he would speak a positive thing to that glass of water. And then on this side, they would speak a negative thing. And what happened was that the glass of water on the positive side was clear, and the other one turned murky and brown.
Wow.
So you gotta be very careful what you allow yourself to be influenced by. That's why the scripture says to stay in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture says make no provisions for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. That's why the scripture says Satan goes about growing lion, seeking him with devour. And when it means Satan, we're talking. This is Satan. The media, the songs, all the things the brother's talking about. That's Satan going about as born lion. Because like the brother said, you can't go outside without some type of wickedness being seen or talked about or heard about. You know, like the brother said, you can't talk to these Jake in the world because they're always going to bring up some wicked bullshit. And amongst brothers, we don't talk that way, man. We speak often of one another, you know, of the things of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
The scripture says those men that speak often of one another, brother members of me. So there's a certain conduct that you have when you're a man of the Lord, man. There's a certain respect that you have for your fellow labor when you're a man of the Lord.
Remember it says in I think it's Philippians, I want to say it's verse, or it's chapter 3, I want to say it's verse 18 or 19, and it says for our conversation, for our conversation is in heaven.
Right.
Okay, because we speak about the heavenly things, man.
Right.
Because other conversations, this world is nonsense, man.
Right.
You know, I was talking about the sports games, or about how this dude got slapped by Will Smith on stage. You know, it's all just BS, man.
Yeah.
All right, but we, scriptures say that we seek for a place to come.
Good as righteousness.
Yeah, come on, I said it, bro. And so those are the things that have our interest, man. Okay, and we come up with all kinds of conversations like, hey, bro, I wonder how it's gonna be like, man. Oh, bro, it's gonna be so beautiful. Look, see, so that's where we have our heart, set upon, man, because this place is going to be obliterated, man. Okay, everything is gonna change, man. Okay, the scriptures say that it says, for lack of better words, man, that these devils have, it says that they have, turned everything upside down. So the things are coming to be set, to the right side up. You know, so those are the things that we speak about, man, the things that are to come. All right, the heavenly conversation, man.
That's right.
You know, that's it.
You want to eat it? You guys got any more pizza? You read off of Isaiah 66.
Isaiah what?
Isaiah 66:15.
God, this is Isaiah 66, verse 15. And it says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire." Keep going. This is 16, it says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many."
You see? So the fire is going to change everything up, man. There's another one in the Apocrypha that says, "But the day of doom shall be the ending of this time." So like the brother said, that's when the change starts. In the day of doom, man. Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 11, and it says, and they that have loathed of my law, it says,
You good, bro?
Slaki, bro.
Sure.
It says, and they that have and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open to them, they understood not, but despised it. It says in verse 12 that the same was knoweth after death by pain. You know, and so that's the day of doom, man. Okay, the day of plagues that are coming. You know, all you people that despise the Lord, man. You know, which you should, you know, and you prove that you do, you know, by your actions.
Yeah.
Okay, the things that you do, because the brother said it earlier, man, people know that you're wicked. Okay? But there's something that's really popular nowadays, and it's the self-justification, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because people tell you, "Oh man, you be all right, man," and to what do they say, man? To follow your heart, man, you be all right. You know, it's all BS, man.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're gonna know after death by what, man? By pain, man. By great pain that the Lord's gonna come and judge your people up, man. To judge your people up, man, because that's how the Lord is going to judge you, man, by bringing great pain upon you.
So Lord willing, this is edifying, man. The Lord's gonna come and burn this place up. All praises to Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash.
Shalom.
Shalom.
They knew.